Danny Segura for MMA Junkie here in South Florida, standing next to Felicia Spencer, former UFC title challenger and Invicta FC champion. Felicia, we're here at Eagle FC. This is a big promotion that is making its debut in the US. You'll be commentating for them. I know this is fairly new for you as far as like the commentating. How did you manage to sort of get involved with the promotion and land a role as a commentator?
Well, it really stemmed from sort of just announcing that I was done fighting, and when I went on Ariel's show, we talked about it, and then I guess one of the producers for Eagle wanted to reach out to me and talk to me about being a commentator, and they like the idea of me putting my best foot forward here and trying something new, and they like the way I talk and giving me a shot. So I can definitely thank Ariel for having me on the show, and then of course thank Eagle FC and everyone involved for giving me the opportunity.
So post-fight, you wanted to do a career in commentating? Is that?
It was something that I wanted to try. Yeah, I wanted. I definitely have like a lot of good hopes in the industry, but I know I'm brand new at it, and I don't expect to be best of the best right away. So yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, and I really hope to put my best foot forward, and they'll hopefully have me back for another show.
Yeah, for sure. And you were telling me that you did a little bit of commentating in another promotion in Canada. Was it a little bit nerve-wracking stepping into something brand new?
It was, but at the same time, I was kind of going in with the the mentality that I have nothing to lose. I'm really just appreciative of the opportunity. Sort of similar to like some of the fights I've gone into. Like I'm grateful that I have even the chance to put my to stand here and to do this. So I was like, if they like me, and that's all. I can just be myself. So we'll see what happens after that.
That's awesome. Well, congrats first of all. And talk to me about Eagle FC. I mean, it's their first event. We have a pretty interesting card, a nice heavyweight matchup. We got Rashad Evans fighting as well, making his return to MMA. Ray Borg's on the card. It seems, Eagle FC has picked up a lot of good names. What have you made of what are your first impressions of Eagle FC, making its debut in the U.S., and what do you make of this card that we're going to see on Friday night?
I've been beyond impressed with just the whole production, just everything involved, and then doing my research on the fighters and stuff like that. They have like you said, a stacked, especially main card is just all familiar names to most people who are fans of MMA. So yeah, I'm excited to see how the night goes, how it unfolds, and it's been all running really smoothly, and they seem really prepared for this moment. So I'm excited for the future of Eagle FC for sure.
Certainly. And you announced your retirement. That was what, a couple months ago, 3 months ago, more or less?
Yeah. It was in November. Yeah, I don't like to use the word retirement, but yeah, I announced that I was done fighting. And yeah, so it's been all pretty recent, and everything kind of happened quickly after that. So.
Yeah, it's crazy because the word retirement makes you kind of feel old, I guess, because but like in MMA, I mean, you're still obviously very, very young. I guess if you could explain to us, what was the reason for your retirement? Because you were on the top, like you left up top. You were clearly like doing very well in the UFC, and you were picking up good wins.
Yeah, it was kind of a thought that I had for a long time. Like when I started to be competitive in MMA, I always kind of thought like around when I was 30, I would be probably hanging it up and kind of moving on to the next chapter of my life. I didn't want to ever be a fighter that hung out too long, and I always really took my mental health seriously as far as like brain, head trauma and that kind of thing. I know I've been in some wars, and I know that I won't give up in the cage. So, to kind of avoid any possibility of that happening in the future, just decided to step away while I'm still myself, while I'm still here, and like, I mean, you always feel different after wars, after different, for anybody, I imagine. So I just didn't want to go too far into fighting too hard for too long.
Was it difficult to come to this conclusion, and was it a long process, or did you one day just be like, hey, I feel like walking away, and you did?
I honestly, it wasn't that difficult. It was kind of nerve-wracking for me to tell like my coaches, but one of them kind of already saw it come in just because he knows me. I feel like it was maybe easier because I feel like I have a next chapter. I've always, just put my mind to something and gone as far as I could, same thing with fighting. I mean, I always trained martial arts and everything, and I'll still continue to train. When I decided that I would, try to go as far as I could in fighting, I did that. I put my, my nose to the ground and worked at it. So I wasn't afraid of what followed with with not really knowing where I'm going to be. And, you know, I still don't know where I'll be in 2 months because I might be at another Eagle FC show, or I might be going on to something else because maybe it's just not my thing. So, yeah, I'm just excited to, you know, dive into my next thing.
Do you feel like this is definite? Because, you know, there's this whole thing on MMA Twitter, like MMA retirements, right? Like they always come back. Do you feel like this is definite, or is there like maybe a slight opening for a return down the line?
I feel like it's definite. I mean, there's always a number, but it's not a number anyone's going to want to pay. So for me, I feel like my reasoning for walking away when I did, it was not because I couldn't compete anymore. It wasn't because I was, you know, losing, or it was for the reasons that I felt in my heart that I wanted to stop when I did. And I think for that reason, I won't feel the urge to have redemption. You know, I feel like I've I had my opportunity. I did what I could. I ended on a win, which is pretty awesome, and I feel like I'm able to move on.
Favorite career moment?
I guess I feel like fighting Cyborg in Canada was probably it, just because I got the whole Canadian crowd, and it was a huge moment for me and my team, and the whole fight week experience being on Embedded, like just the whole week was awesome.
Lastly, I just want to get your thoughts. We saw Amanda Nunes lose her title against Juliana Peña at 135 pounds. She's still champion at 145. But what were your thoughts on that? Because obviously, like, the biggest upset in 2021. Did you see it coming at all? I know some people called it, but curious to get your thoughts.
I always know that there's a chance for the underdogs to win. You know, I've been in that position so many times, and I was 100% confident that I could pull it off. You know, and I know it just takes a few mistakes in a fight, or one mistake in a fight, for that to happen. So, did I expect it to happen personally? I wasn't betting on it, no. But you know, I feel like Juliana had the moment where she could capitalize on a mistake of Amanda's, and then, you know, Amanda reacts certain ways when she gets hit, and then it's all kind of, you know, a trend there. You know, we've seen her get rocked in certain ways and then make more bad decisions. So, you know, Juliana did a good job making that happen during the fight.
The rematch is supposed to happen. Nothing's set for now, but they've been talking about it. There was a report earlier that earlier in the week they might be coaches of the Ultimate Fighter. If the rematch does go down and it comes to fruition, who do you think wins that one?
I would lean Amanda, because I feel like for so many fights she was able to avoid making a mistake like that. So I feel like she'd be able to be in the mindset to do it again, to have sort of like a flawless performance, if you want to call it that. But again, anything can happen in that, in that cage. So, I wouldn't be surprised if she lost, but I would, if I had to lean one way, I would lean on Amanda, 8 out of 10 times.
Let's end on this. Eagle FC 44 this Friday in Miami. Your favorite fight on the card, or one of the fights that you're looking forward to the most? Ooh,
the main card is so stacked. I mean, one of them, Ramzan, is fighting, the last name, sometimes I get all mixed up, Kuramagomedov, I believe. He was on the Contender Series and didn't, impress Dana enough in that victory that he had, and it was a really great fight. So I'm really excited to see him, him compete on the main card. He's undefeated, but I mean, the whole card is stacked with awesome competitors. So.
Awesome, Felicia. Well, appreciate the time. Best of luck commentating. Looking forward to your commentating here at Eagle FC, and best of luck in this new chapter of your career.
Thank you. Appreciate it.